There's been an overall 5.7% decrease in the number of road deaths nationwide compared to the previous year, but still 690 people have died so far this festive season. More people have died on KwaZulu-Natal's roads than any other province. Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula released those figures earlier. Khayelihle Khumalo following that story for us. He joins us live. So Kaya, 690 fatalities, that's still a pretty big number. What's the plan now?
Well, very much so, Shahan. It is a very enormous number. So the minister now says in terms of their strategies of ramping up the police visibility, it's going to be the priority areas, especially around the areas that are considered to be hotspots. So there are areas across the country that have been identified, but also most importantly, our highways, our byways, and also the roads have been really so busy with the significant number of South Africans moving across the country. But also, most importantly, the minister, they do have a massive target that they've set for themselves. So they want to reduce at least fatalities by 20%. And the minister really conceded that so far that particular target remains a bit of a pipe dream, but they will continue to put all the concerted efforts to try and deal with the carnage in our roads. Shahan, if you may just take a listen to the minister elaborating further.
It is regrettable that 690 people lost their lives on our roads over the period 1st to the 20th December 2020, compared to 732 over the same period in 2019. While this represents a 5.7% decline year on year, it is no reason to celebrate. One life lost on our roads is one life too many. Equally, the total number of crashes has declined by 8% compared to the same period last year. These fatalities that could have been avoided amplify the pain of those whose loved ones have succumbed to COVID-19 while other relatives perish on our roads.
So how are provinces doing as, of course, travellers move around ahead of Christmas?
Well, absolutely, Shahan, especially because we are right in the midst of COVID-19. So that's another challenge facing a number of provinces. But in terms of how they just fared, you have about 6 provinces where there were quite significant reductions in terms of fatalities. But then you do have 3 provinces that are considered to be hotspots. You look at the likes of Mpumalanga, the Eastern Cape, and Limpopo. So those are some of the areas where authorities will really just put a lot of attention into. But also, other than that, you do have a province like the Northern Cape where previously they had about 17 fatalities, and this time around, during a very similar period, they only recorded about 13 fatalities. But obviously, it's all about the movement of vehicles. So the law enforcement agencies also, they do insist that, it's a very collaborative effort. They can put out so many campaigns, but it's all about the behavior of the motorist. But you also do have a number of challenges, for example, like, what you see in so many instances. But I don't know if we can just take a listen to the minister.
Northern Cape recorded a decline of 23.5% with 13 fatalities compared to 17 in 2019. Western Cape recorded a decline of 26.6% with 69 fatalities compared to 94 in 2019. Free State recorded a decline of 28.8% with 47 fatalities compared to 66 in 2019. Gauteng recorded 18.7% decline with 122 fatalities compared to 150 in 2019. Northwest recorded 5.8% decline with 49 fatalities compared to 252 in 2019. KwaZulu-Natal recorded a 3% decline with 131 fatalities compared to 135 in 2019. 3 provinces recorded an increase in the number of fatalities compared to the same period last year. Eastern Cape recorded a 21.5% increase with 96 fatalities compared to 79 in 2019. Limpopo recorded an 18.4% increase with 19 fatalities compared to 76 in 2019. Mpumalanga recorded a 15.9% increase with 73 fatalities compared to 63 in 2019.